For example, did you know that since February, 120 Christians have been murdered by the Islamic Fulani in Nigeria? Of course you didn't know that. I haven't seen it on the news, nor have I read it in a paper, or seen people crying about it on social media. Our parliament hasn't discussed it. No presidents have tweeted about it. That's just the way it is. Yet this event, Christchurch, this is apparently the one we should all be upset about. This is the one that should unite us in our fight against the evil forces in our world. And if you don't agree with that, well, you're just a bad person, and you're probably a white supremacist at the same time. That's how this works. Let me tell you something. When countless Europeans were murdered all over Europe, when British people had their throats cut on London Bridge, when thousands of girls were and continue to be gang raped as authorities cover it up, when children were blown to pieces at Manchester Arena, I cared back then. Oh boy did I care. But I was soon told to not look back in anger at those ones, because being angry that the children of your people are being murdered en masse would just lead to bigotry and hatred towards minorities. I saw the police force rush to defend the Muslim community instead of making the streets safe for us. I saw our leaders preach about diversity and tolerance before the bodies were even cold. I'm sorry, but I won't be told what to weep over and what to ignore anymore. Sadiq Khan yesterday made a big show about standing in solidarity with the Christchurch victims, which is more than he's done for the murder victims of London, the people he's supposed to represent, as the death toll of the city only grows. And of course he did, by the way. His people have just been gunned down and slaughtered. Of course he would be out on the street. There's nothing shocking about that, it's natural. But I think it's interesting how he and his tribe are allowed to be outraged by Christchurch, but I and we, the rest of us, are held to different standards. You see, we aren't allowed to get angry. We aren't permitted to seek solutions. We're barely even allowed to discuss it. So forgive me if this is harsh.